Okay. I found a bearded dragon subreddit today, and it was like the best thing I've found in a long time because it was so relatable. It has like wild bearded dragon. I just survived an attack from 5 hawks and then ate an entire family of mice. Domesticated bearded dragon. I don't want to eat my greens, and it's so true.
I'm gonna get sick.
And you don't know till you've had one how true it is.
Could be worse.
I talk about that guy a lot, and hopefully he'll become a part of the stream when I get back. I plan on doing that. I would love to have a Gilbert cam, if that's at all possible. I'm hoping it is. Now, you hear how my voice cut out? That's my issue. That right there is my issue. What's causing that and why? That's what I need to know. These are the things that I need to know, and it probably has to do with my attack and release time. If I had to guess. Sorry, I know this is now a useless episode at this current moment, but let me okay. It could be because it could be in software. Sorry. There's a lot of stuff here to loot that's actually pretty good. Oh, and we stuck? Nope, we're not stuck. Because I don't think it's a tone. I think what's happening is that the compressor is closing too soon after I'm done talking. So we're getting some cut off. That doesn't happen too often though, to be fair. And it's a there. See, it happened a little bit. It's happening right now. When there's little pauses in the talking. Anyway, that bearded dragon subreddit was great. My grandma was really bonded with Gilbert, and I want to make him a part of the show. When that fateful day arrives that the stream is back, hooray, huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. I'm really hoping that old Gilbert is a part of the show.
With these plank samples, I can make
Hopefully he's still around. The guy hasn't pooped in a month. But we've definitely, look at all that influence. We've definitely read that an enema can be like just as bad as impaction. Yeah, you might clear him out, but you just went and fucked him up for life, so nice. Guys, one guy had his bearded dragon's gallbladder explode. Painful death, man.
Hey, I've got something for you.
And I'll tell you, I underappreciated this one is more
Consider it done.
isn't just like, oh, here's more advice on how to animal husbandry for a bearded dragon. Pets. It had been a long time since I owned a pet, since I had a pet, since the bearded dragon I talked about in the homecoming, Billy. Oh my god, I forgot how much you come to love your pets, how much they come to mean, for you. Ridiculous. It's I'm sure kids are like 10 times more potent. And
You gotta rest, okay? I know that look, and I do not.
it's both a fulfilling thing and a damn painful thing. But I used to kind of get a little upset at my ex. Like, you're a little too crazy about your cat. And I still think people are a little too crazy about their damn cat. Because I think cats can be awful capricious with their love. They are mercurial as mercurial gets. They are the living, walking definition of it. That being said, I get it better now. And it's made me like realize when we were in school, I had a really bad teacher. I'll not disclose his name. But he was an anti-vaxxer. He also didn't believe that man walked on the moon. This guy was a teacher and he would tell us this stuff. He was a psychology teacher. And how that stuff applied to psychology, I don't know. But he was a huge guy, like muscular. He was like a state champion shot putter. And we're going to go kill some more hearts. I still want to get this landmark outpost. It's where we go every time. I'm also going to go up here and see if we can't loot some weapon caches. I wanted to bust him in the mouth for the whole, like, we didn't land on the moon thing. That always pisses me off so bad. but he would have probably ripped me in half. So I just told him like, hey, space is really important, and we need to. It's who we are as a species. We're curious. We're explorers, and it's our destiny. And we have every $1 put in the Apollo program brought $10 into the American economy. It's not without fruit and merit. And you know, he's just like, well, it's a giant waste of money. We should be exploring the oceans, and the moon landing was faked. And he was an anti-vaxxer. He thought that it gave people Down syndrome. And how this applies to the pets, because it seems like I got ADHD, I know. He was... Every Friday, we had to watch a program in his classroom called Serial Killer Friday. And I had watched a program. I never have been somebody who has been someone who would fight the ratings that shows and movies get. Because I was I don't want to say victim, because that is actually a loaded term, but I experienced the negative consequences of watching things that were definitely not for my age group. My dad never put a filter on what we watched. So I was like 8. And we were watching, you know, Night of the Living Dead and stuff. And that was cool. That was actually a great movie. That didn't mess with me. But some of the stuff like History Channel used to show, they used to do documentaries on like serial killers and stuff. When I was a kid and learned about that, that actually fucked with me really, really bad. I was so terrified I would become like that, which I later learned from reading Ron Johnson's Psychopath Test. That means you're not going to turn out like that. If you're worried that you're going to hurt other people, you're not one of those people that hunts other people because you're worried about other people. This is cool, man. I've never been down here. It's taken me way too long to explore the freaking waterfall. And that actually looks really good on the mage well. And the lighting's not bad. It's not too dark. So I was like out of my head for like 2 weeks. I was probably a 3rd grader or a 4th grader after I watched History Channel had this like huge long thing on serial killers. Holy shit. I wish it was a playthrough where we could embrace the bastard of Bellawood more, but that's still crazy that we found it. Heavy weapon is still what we need, but damn, I'll take it. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth and all that. Magazine, the magazine. That's actually pretty funny. That gets a lull from me. So I was out of my head just with concern, and it just blew my mind that that was even a thing. And the one that always messed with me the worst was the Russian guy. The Russian guy who I don't even want to talk about what he did. I know as a writer you gotta be willing to go there and explore those things because they're reality, but yeah, I mean, just for the sake of not ruining the mood or not really going there when we don't have to, you can look him up if you need to. Disgusting, vile monster. If you ever watch the movie The Highwayman that's on Netflix, it's about it's got Kevin Costner and it's got Woody Harrelson or whatever in it. He's a good actor. Both obviously great actors. There's that scene where Kevin Costner talks about how Bonnie and Clyde, he's talking to a young deputy who knew Bonnie and Clyde when they were kids. Knew Bonnie in particular. He served sodas at the courthouse the courthouse cafe. And again, I'm sorry about the whole clearing the throat thing. It's just gonna be a thing, man. I'm getting out of here.
How are we still moving?
Oh, that really sucks. I think we have like 30 seconds. You know why I keep messing up? Wow, we ditched that at like the exact right time. How we keep messing up, or I keep messing up, the like bloaters and the car blowing up is because I keep pressing fucking X.
As long as that
I've been playing this game for 3 years. I probably have 3,000 hours in this game. I'm nearing 100,000 zombie kills. Wilson, I'm still trying to come for you. I see you're back on State of Decay. You hear me talking to you right now. I miss you, bruh. And I'm still trying to come for you, but I see that you're back on your State of Decay grind, damn it. I've been pressing X instead of Y. Holy shit, this whole time. That one small mistake. Oz could have lived. Oz could have lived. I'm like, I keep jamming the X button because it's not X, you dipshit. It's Y. How could I forget that? I guess Halo, but I didn't put that many hours into Halo yet. In my lifetime, maybe, but not Halo Infinite, that's for sure.
if I keep getting excited, I'm gonna get sick.
I gotta say that little cutoff in the audio is actually pissing me off. So, the Russian guy, just the fact that a human being, he's not a human being. That's the point. He says to the young deputy, you know, Bonnie ain't a human anymore. She flipped this deputy over just so he could see, so he could know that Bonnie was about to blow his brains out. He had to feel the fear of it. And he tells him, look at me. Look at me. Bonnie is not human anymore. Well, these were not human beings. I don't think they're human beings anymore. I think they forfeit their humanity. I think humanity is more than just your 10 fingers and your 10 toes and so on. There's also humanity as a concept, as a notion. And those people don't have it, but I was way too young to formulate an idea like that at the time. I think that I was probably exposed to too much of that, actually. And I'm not all wah, it's terrible and I'm all screwed up because of it. I mean, it's fine. In fact, in many ways, I think I was blessed by it. All the horror movies and stuff. I would never take back those memories I have with my father, but I'm not sure that all of them were necessarily something that I wanted to be exposed to at a young age.
Getting tired.
And so this still is going to tie back to pets. Serial Killer Friday. I don't think Serial Killer Friday was appropriate. I think it's fine to learn that these, I think that we venerate in a way, in a really sick, bizarre way, criminals. Now, it's okay sometimes, you know, John Dillinger and holy shit, look at this. They're coming from all over. John Dillinger and Jesse James. I mean, these people were still murderers and stuff, but I know that America has a wanderlust for the outlaw because of the sort of revolutionary history and so on. Anti-authority, distrust of government, so on and so forth. Which is just a part of who we are as a society. But the one I don't get, and I can't agree with, is the serial killer stuff. We shouldn't, I don't think that we should really know the names of these people, even though of course we do. We can name them. I don't even want to say their names, but you know, Bundy and Dahmer and all this shit. These people are fiends, and they're not people anymore. So every Friday we'd have to watch like a documentary about one. And that killed at least 5 of them. That should be like an achievement. This is just gonna bring more in though. So the best thing to do right now is actually just save and quit. We come into class one day and it's the long documentary that's really famous they did on HBO where they interview the Iceman, who was just a sick fuck in every capacity. But one of my buddies who was honestly a friend, we were teammates in wrestling and football and we would watch movies together on the weekends and stuff. He was a cool guy. His name was Jake Pokemoller. And I don't mind saying his name. He's a nice guy and this isn't too negative. And he would talk about how like he thought the Iceman was really smart and he liked him. He didn't know what it was about him. I mean, Jake was just a dumb high school kid, okay? Kids, especially in high school, say dumb shit. But I, even in high school, took that as just like especially dumb. This guy literally fed people to rats. So now I will finally complete the story on how this applies to pets. If someone spat on my wife, you know, I'd kill him. If someone went into my house and tried to hurt my grandma, I'd kill him. If someone went in my house and tried to kill my lizard, you know, I don't think I'd probably kill him, but I'd probably beat him damn near to death. And, you know, if someone hurt the dog, I'm gonna kill him. And I'm only not gonna kill in the lizard's case because, you know, it's like kind of a lizard and a person thing. But I don't know, shit. I really like that lizard. And I just don't think that at the time I appreciated, even though I knew he was this just wicked, and they're always afraid is the thing about those people. When they go to be killed, when their time comes, they always beg for their life. They're so weak in every way. They're evil. All it takes for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. Those people inside are weak. And they've got no backbone, actually. There's nothing inside them is why, I think. He would kill pets. You know, that's the whole thing. Everybody knows that that fucking wacko Dahmer would go out in the woods and crucify cats and stuff. We got this character in a terrible situation. But the Iceman would do that shit too. He was the one who would tie a dog to semi-trucks and watch the semi-truck drive away just to watch the dog suffer. And I've had dogs, I've had cats, I've had animals all my life in one way or another. But at that time, I was virtually petless because the dog was always really my sister. We had this amazing dog. I'm sure everyone in their life has had, you know, a really amazing dog that was 100% like a member of the family. And my sister was in college, so Missy hadn't really gotten to be a part of my life for a while. And so I was kind of like desensitized to the pet thing. And I thought, oh, you know, that's a really messed up thing to do. But it really just dawned on me in the last, you know, few months of been having Gilbert, Gilbert is kind of a rescue, to be honest. And I've talked about that before, so I'm not going to go back into that. But
I'm not careful. This plague is gonna kill me.
it wasn't a purposeful neglect thing. It was just, hey, bearded dragons, that's fun. Here's an easy pet. And they're not actually easy.
The bigger the risk I'm taking.
So anyway, I just thought about, like, man, imagine someone taking your dog, like an animal you love, like how we love Gilbert right now because he's our pet, like how you love your family pet, the cat, the dog, the snake, whatever the hell it is, the parrot, whatever you got that is yours in your house that you take care of every day, because we humans have a nurturing instinct that is a part of us, that is a natural good. It's one of the best things about us, actually. I think it is this natural, genuine altruism that we have. And we have a necessity. It is baked into us that we're social animals. We need other people, and we need that interaction to feel loved, to love and to be loved. So these are not people as we understand them, is the first thing. And the second thing is, how can you argue that they are when they're willing to do something like that? An animal is, by and large, helpless. Domesticated animals, that is, pets, are by and large helpless. They depend upon us. If they do not have us, they die. Dogs literally need us now. Gilbert, if we stop feeding him, if we stop turning his lights on, he dies. Now imagine you put all that energy and all that time into that thing, and then some sick fuck ties it to a car and drives it down Main Street just so you can see it get tortured. Now, that is times, I don't know that you can put a number on it. But then you do that to people? This guy fed people to rats. So a mother has to take you for and bear you for 9 months. You then need to be raised. And it, in many cases, does take a village for 18 years. Just to go out and be a somewhat functioning adult. And just like that, this person was out there hunting people, taking that away from mothers, from fathers, from sons, from brothers, from daughters, from sisters. And so then you show Serial Killer Friday here, and Mr. I'll say his name because he still pisses me off to this day now. Mr. Jones. People, why does this have like a base icon? There's no way. Oh, it's an enclave who are already down to 2 people because they literally set up an infestation. So that was real fucking smart, fellas. I don't get it. I don't like it. Now, I will say that most of the movies I've watched on serial killers have actually had a little bit of class to them. The one they did on Bundy was actually really good. I think it was Netflix did it, and it has Zac Efron in it, and he's good in it. But you know, it's whenever the movie tries to make it like, hey, isn't this romantic? Isn't this cool? The whole Bonnie and Clyde shit. Bonnie and Clyde were murderers. Like, this is back in the day when a cop might have a pistol, and if he saw you on the side of the road, be like, hey, you okay? Can I help you? This isn't, you know, and look, I respect police and everything. It's just that the nature of policing has changed a lot in the last 30 years. And the officer of the peace went to more of a, you know, a military type position. And let's not get into that and shit. Again, it's not like, oh God, the police. It's, you know, we need police and all that. It's just something that was different. It was a different type of thing back in Bonnie and Clyde's day is what I'm saying. It wasn't fucking, he's got a gun, blast him. So a lot of these times, these are just, you know, hometown cops getting murdered, and 20,000 people came out to see Bonnie's funeral. It's a cultural thing, that's for sure. I'm saying I actually, in some way, understand that. I don't agree with it, but I understand it because of the United States is very anti-authority and so on. I do not understand in any capacity the weird freaking romanticism that somehow gets tangled into these damn serial killers. I don't like it. I just don't. I think it's weird. I think it's grotesque. I think it's disrespectful to the victims. I think that it's not like it's a common thing. I'm not saying like whoever's listening to this right now actually does that or something. Like I said, I don't think it's a common thing, but I think that some people are very impressionable, and my buddy Jake in that case was super impressionable, and that's my fear of that. Like, and that's why I don't think you should be showing dumb high school kids every Friday, here, look, if you go out and you kill people, you people will know your name 50 years later because you were awful. And I know it's a more of an infamous thing, but still, I don't know. It just doesn't seem fair. A lot of things aren't fair. I mean, these people preyed on people, right? We need gas. She's a great survivor. I'm just not I'm not focused, I think, is one of my big issues here. We don't have any gas. We have 12. Okay, for some reason, I had it in my mind we didn't have enough to make any gas. Her driving skill is like not helping us. I'll tell you something else that's not helping us, even though it should be. It's freaking hygiene. 50 infection resistance is actually great, but 2 bites and we're infected. She's lucky she made it out of that shit we were in a minute ago when I first started this whole thing of serial killers are bad. Okay, That one they made on Netflix about Bundy wasn't bad because it was still like, hey, Bundy is actually a totally sick fuck. And it's not just the people he killed that are his victims. It's the people who he entranced and entrapped, like his wife. And how she has to like be freed, and then he like, she turns him into his bitch in the end, thankfully. She turns him into her bitch.
Yeah, that's heavy enough.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a weird cultural thing. Or the movie they made about the Russian guy. That's actually a good one. Because that movie is about that cop, the detective who found him. Who, despite the political obstacles, despite how many, you know, just the corruption and the inept nature of the Soviet Union, how he had to use old ass technology. He had almost no resources. And then on top of that, he was fighting this whole notion that, you know, there's a propaganda. Oh, the Soviet Russia, there is no serial killer. It's a perfect, the perfect socialist republic. Whatever the hell it is. The United Soviet Socialist Republics. They're supposed to be republics, even though you can't fucking vote and all that. So that's a good flick because the character, that monster, is not a relevant part of the story except for the fact that they're a monster. It's the detective that is having his story told, and that is good. That is right. Like, yeah, we should remember the people who brought these people to justice. I like that. Right on. But sometimes you get these movies, like there was one that was made for John Wayne Gacy, who was a, you know, good Lord almighty. And it's kind of like fun, right? Oh, he was creepy and that's kind of fun. And I'm 14 and this is deep. What a dark flick this is. I just remember not liking it at all and thinking exactly what I'm saying right now. Like, this is deeply inappropriate. In no world should we be venerating or honoring anybody who had victims like this, who took other people's lives in cold blood, hunted people, premeditated. Yeah, he was a sexual predator as well. And see, that stuff has always messed with me, man. It's just tough to even really imagine it. And yet it's one of those things that you know it happens. And it happens because people are crazy, of course. But I'm not really sure about Mr. Jones's psychology class. All these years later, I'm not sure that Dad should have showed me the History Channel documentary on serial killers. Not because it broke me or something, just because, yeah, it really messed with me. I think the thing that messed with me the most, besides that Russian guy, is the footage of Dahmer.
Zombies definitely heard that.
And he's, you know, a kid. And he's normal. He seems normal. And, you know, it's just sort of the idea, like, it could be anyone. Anybody could become this. Given a set of, you know... And, like, it's not even a set of circumstances. Like, it's unpredictable. As I say, it was my great fear after that point. Like, oh my God. I have to be everything this person is not. How do I avoid becoming like this? But then I look back at it at 30. And I feel bad for my childhood self. Like, dude, you didn't have to worry about that.
Nothing more to find here.
That's not the sort of thing you should have to, like, feel guilt and fear over. But it always scared the shit out of me. What I found about these recording sessions is that they are, they've become like these soapbox therapy sessions. Now, I've also noticed that I really miss streaming it. Not the soapbox therapy sessions, my God, but this is the Traitor Enclave, I think. Like, why the fuck did they set up in here? I've wasted so much stamina doing nothing. Use that shotgun, please.
Fighters are getting close.
A builder. Oh my god, she's even got the leadership I want. We didn't have to deal with yet another sheriff. Tell you what, the Bastard of Bellawood is really good. I wonder how fast it can get through a heart. That's pretty damn cool that that case is there, though, and I'm going to remember that. Oh, this is still a thing. Still got a visual glitch here. Where's the Trader Enclave? There's the Home Buddies. There's the Boon Trader. Okay. Well, I know we got some coffee around.
Yo.
Have you got anything to trade?
Okay.
Yo, why the hell did you guys think it was okay to set up in a damn infestation? I could have swore that was not a thing that they do anymore.
Do you have anything?
But I guess it is, just like our audio randomly clipping and sometimes not being loud enough. Oh, here we go. Big old shovel. Not a great tool, to say the least, but... You know, we lost our shotgun, too. Oz's shotgun. I really like that bug-out shotgun.
Hey, you want to be a good neighbor and come help us out with this?
Another plague sampler?
Yeah, that's heavy enough.
I wish they reacted like Oblivion NPCs when you aimed a gun at them. See, this is where I think that you should be able to just randomly kill. I really do.
Interested in trading?
Yeah, why not?
That would make it a lot more compelling to be the warlord and stuff. This box mine, I kind of feel like, hey, let's just set it off. But then I keep remembering that it'll just be useless, so let's just buy the big shovel. Didn't even realize we had this many missions going down
I guess I'm gonna owe you one.
at the mall. It's going down. This guy's just a dick by default. That's his natural way of being. He was born that way. He can't help it, baby. He was born this way. Well, I think I successfully covered that territory. Yeah, man, I just don't like it. People messing with your pets, shit. That's crazy. That's literally crazy. You gotta be so messed up. People don't respect life sometimes, though. There was this one guy, my old friend Seth used to talk about this guy as if, yeah, he really's got it figured out.
See you later.
Because he took his wife's dog for a walk. Was like, I don't like this dog, and killed it. You know, it's the whole, if you want to know what toxic masculinity is, it seems like such a loaded, stupid, woke comment, right? But there is a such thing as toxic masculinity. And it's not the fucking, oh my god, you're a guy, that's toxic. It's that shit. That is so bright. On both the Magewell and this. Like, I'm so fucking big and tough. I'm gonna take this little dog for a walk and kill it. That's what he did, too. And Seth talked about it like, yeah, that guy's a stud. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to get what he wants. Oh, the guy's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, that's heavy enough.
Let's drink a coffee before we do this at least. It'd be nice to get a med kit. I can't even remember how we got injured. Somewhere during one of these rants. You know, I think it was when we were surrounded by... Probably when we were surrounded by all those plague zombies, you know, that's probably when that happened. I'll admit, that's probably when. Now I'm looking for that coffee. Where's it at? Did we already drink it? I know we had one. It was in our pockets. Okay, I guess we didn't. Are we still running super low on gas, or did we at least fuel up? All right, at least we did that. No repair kit though. Long episode. Better end it.